After 3.5 months on the road, we headed back to Australia via the UK. We had a chance to catch up with Denny and Bianca in Cambridge and Guy and Chris in London, as well as other friends. We then enjoyed Christmas back in Australia with our family and friends.
Well, baby, where you going so fast? Let's make a good thing last.
After a 3-week break with our visas sorted, we headed off to Bangkok.
Ease your worry, weary mind, and put your troubles on behind you. Baby, minutes turn to hours, and hours turn to days, and days, you know they fade.
We're currently visiting the Grand Palace and the Temple of the Emerald Buddha. It's quite striking. There's a lot of gold and other bling bling, and it's also a very popular tourist attraction. There's lots of people here.
So lay back down. Stop your...
This is Wat Po, which is just near the Temple of the Emerald Buddha. Although it's not quite as glamorous, it's certainly a lot less crowded, and actually in some ways it's just as impressive.
Just lay back.
Behind me is a building that contains apparently the world's largest reclining Buddha. I'm no expert on reclining Buddhas, but it seemed pretty big to me.
Trying. Ain't no use in denying what's going on here. Tell me, how can a good thing be wrong? Baby, how can a good thing be wrong? Minutes turn to hours, hours turn to days, and days.
Bangkok has an impressive sky train that gives you great views over the city.
Well, I'll be doggone.
They've got these markings here on the platform indicating where to stand as you board the train, and the Thai are very orderly and line up there.
We're cycling through this park called Ancient Siam, and it's apparently the world's largest outdoor museum. The place is quite amazing. It contains recreations of various sites around Thailand. The place is huge. There's 80 hectares here, and everything is done with great detail, and it's really quite beautiful.
Have you ever seen a tour group of monks before? These longboats are impressive. They basically have a car engine attached to the back of them with a propeller out the back.
Minutes turn to hours, hours turn to days, and days they fade into years. But girl, I'll be doggone if I let you slip away. So lay back down. Stop your fooling around. Baby, don't put a good thing down. Just lay back down. Baby, lay back down. Stop your fooling around. Stop your fooling.
Ayutthaya was the capital of Thailand, or Siam as it was called, for about 400 years. Halfway through the 18th century, the Burmese invaded, and so the capital moved to Bangkok. Today, these ruins, which are impressive in size and scale, remain scattered around the city.
The bell-shaped stupor on top of this structure has actually fallen down. You can see the fragments of it lying here. It's interesting to see how different cultures bury their dead. They're packing up the elephants for the day. We're in Ba Pa Ing Palace, which was built by King Rama V, and it's got this interesting blend of styles. We've got this sort of Dutch-style watchtower behind me. There's a Chinese temple and then various English gardens with hedge animals and nice ponds and lakes and so forth.
We're riding a free monk-operated cable car. We just arrived in Siam Reef.
The main attraction at Siam Reef is Angkor Wat and the surrounding temple ruins. We enjoyed exploring the temples and seeing how each one varied in its own different way.
It's interesting to see so much scaffolding holding the place together. We've got this holding this wall up here, and then we've also got these straps holding this section all together.
We just saw these kids who sell stuff to tourists running away from the policemen. This temple is called Ta Prohm, and it was a filming location for Tomb Raider. It's actually a really impressive ruin. There are these massive blocks and rubble everywhere, and you can also see these trees with huge roots that have overtaken the structure.
I wanna take those steps I never have. I need to stand up straight so I can feel your breath. I really think for once that I can.
They're still in the process of restoring this temple. Unfortunately, they didn't have the plan, so they're basically doing a big jigsaw puzzle, and you can see all the pieces over here.
This temple is a popular spot to watch the sunset, and you can see all these people camped out up there.
We've loaded our bikes onto this tuk-tuk to head back to our hotel.
You can get fish massages here.